It's one of the most important pieces, and do you feel like it saved your license?
Absolutely, because
this is how every week starts out with an owner-operator. Starts out with the load, man. And dude, it's morning time. I'm leaving out, so I always try to find, like, if I'm gonna leave the house, man, I always want to try to find a solid load where I'm like, I'm gonna make money, that I'm gonna start the week off with a really solid week, doing good, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we always try to do, man. Just try to find a solid load coming right out of the house. That's always my game plan, you know, especially for the KC area. It's a good market coming out for sure. And not too bad of a market going back in when I want to go back home. It's not a bad market going back home either. So yeah, that's what we got to do. This is probably the hardest part right here, is just the last few moments at the house right before I leave. It's the hardest moment for me. It's just having the last few minutes of just time with the family. That's the hardest part for me. So here we are, we're back up here. We booked a load, picking up in KC, going to Wisconsin. And what we're gonna do is, picking up here, I showed up 2 hours early. They still haven't touched my trailer, backed into a dock, so we're just waiting, man. But we're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna head to Wisconsin, bro. And I'm just down today, man. I'm always down on the day that I leave the house, so that's what's up. But yeah, so it's all good. We'll make it through another one. I'm at this old dusty lot, bro. Check out that dusty lot, bro. All day, every day. So yeah. All right, man. Let's go wait some more in the Phoenix, bro. Sit and wait, bro. All day, every day. So here's an update from me and Road Dog. It's 2 o'clock, 1:59 technically, and they just touched the trailer. So that's always super positive. It means we're about to get loaded, about to go back in the office, get my paperwork, bro. It's gonna be good, dude. This load's supposed to be 27,000 pounds or something, so I'm hoping that we don't have to have it. I don't know what I'm hoping for. What's going on, guys? This video is being sponsored by ShipX. ShipX is a Utah-based carrier that provides drivers peace of mind and financial stability by offering a true driver's salary. Drivers don't have to worry about industry-related delays. They get the same weekly check regardless of miles. However, when conditions are good, drivers can make unlimited safety and performance bonuses. ShipX also covers 100% of their drivers' medical premiums and their deductible, so they pay very little out of pocket. Link in the description, guys. Now back to the video. What's going on, guys? Wildbeard here. Dude, I'm at the truck stop. I'm meeting up with the legend, bro. I wish I could tell you that this sweet Coronado was my truck, bro, but it ain't. It ain't, but it's my boys. This is my dude, Tourette's Trucker, man. This is my bro right here, man.
This is the man right here, Wildbeard.
Dude, well, dude, let me tell you about this guy, man. Mechanically inclined, bro. Really knowledgeable. Been an owner-operator for a good while now, man. And, dude, we're gonna talk about some things here about the Freightliner Coronado. It's got the D60 in it.
Yep.
And we're gonna show you that motor, man. It's known as to be like one of the best motors out here. So we're gonna talk about that, man. We met up with him, we just grabbed something to eat. We're coming back, man. We're gonna talk about the truck, talk about being an owner operator, and all that good stuff, man. So let's hop to it. So let's talk about, man, I don't know how many truck motors some of y'all have seen, but this is probably one of the most basic motors. Just completely just stripped down to the core of what a motor should be, man. Do you think that's why that's one of the most popular motors? It is one of the most popular motors?
Easy to get to. I mean, you look at the freaking AC compressor, alternator, everything's right there. You can, unlike newer motors with tubes, sensors, everything, you can't get to anything. Like your new cars. New cars, the whole entire hood is taken up. You can't stick a hand anywhere. Here, you put a hand everywhere from every direction and get to it. It's easy to get to, easy to work on. Simple belts. One belt runs that. 3 separate fan belts. One fan belt breaks, you got 2 more to get you somewhere to get a replacement. It's just easy and it's simple to work on. Yeah. Anything that doesn't have all this depth stuff, emission standards, the motor's basic and easy to get to.
Well, man, let's talk about, I love this motor, but dude, the overall look of a Coronado, man. I do love this truck, bro. I mean, if you can see, you got the stacks going up the side. This is a beautiful green. Now, you have done a lot of custom work to this truck.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of custom work to this truck. It shows.
Every one of the lights, I've hand drilled. I've taken a tape measure, magic marker, evenly spaced everything, drilled every hole, soldered, heat shrink, connected every single wire, every one of them, all the way down the running board, all down here, front bumper. I've drilled all 38 holes in the front bumper. Every one of them I've done and I've wired myself.
Wow. So tell me about the fast fuel systems on it.
Most trucks, you'll notice on their fuel water separator, they've got a fuel filter, then they've got the fuel filter that comes up here with a sight glass on it, or separator, so you can see it. This right here doesn't have that one, but this is what they call the fast fuel system. This is actually runs before it gets to the gear-driven fuel pump. On this one here, you'll notice if I turn it on, turn the key on, it actually starts this pump, but it actually comes in. You have an option on these right here. These ports right here are actually where you put a heater element, so when you're running in the winter time, that can actually heat your fuel. But I've got this option here. This is tied in, it's actually a heater disc. So when the fuel temperature gets down to 35, this automatically kicks on. As the fuel's passing through, it'll actually heat your fuel up. So in the winter time, if you want to just have it circulate, just turn the key forward, they'll actually circulate your fuel, keep your fuel from gelling up in the winter time. That's one good thing I do like about it. As you can see, fuel comes in through here, runs through, goes to the fuel pump there. But then it's also got the return line, of course, your return line on the regular fuel pump itself. But this will actually pull all the air out your fuel tank. This one here is rated at 160 gallons an hour. Another good thing to it, sometimes a lot of fuel pumps will lose prime. This one here, you turn the key, automatically draws it and sucks it right back in. So you know you're always got fuel going to your gear-driven pump. So if gear-driven pump ever malfunctions, you got this here as a backup also. Plus this also provides good daggone pressure, so you always got a good steady flow of pressure to your fuel pump and your fuel injector.
Trucker, you're an owner-operator, and so what made you get into being an owner-operator? You started at Stevens Transport, and then kind of tell us how you got into being an owner-operator.
Well, when we first started truck driving in 04, got on with Mega Carrier like everybody else. You got to start somewhere. Mega Carrier, 9 out of 10 truck drivers are going to start with a Mega Carrier until they get that 1-year experience. Downside to a Mega Carrier is, as a company driver, they will only allow you to deadhead so far to go home. Where we were at Stevens Transport out of Garland, Texas, they have a 250-mile limit. That's as far as you can go to deadhead home. Unfortunately, we lived in the southeast Georgia coast, had loads going all the time around the Atlanta area. We were within like 20 miles outside that zone. So if we wanted to go home, sometimes it would be 8 weeks to get home as a company driver. So we had to go lease purchase or lease operator, lease one of their trucks just to go home. That right there kind of puts a bug in you when you want to go home, like, okay, well now I got to lease a truck. When you go to lease a truck like that, you're paying truck payments. You're paying for repairs on that truck. That's actually your first step to becoming a true owner-operator. So by doing that, you get a taste of what it's like to starve. Because now, instead of company driver, you break down the company truck, call the company, hey, truck just broke down. All right, where are you at? We'll send a tow truck. Now as a lease operator, now you're seeing what it's like. Call the company, how it broke down. Well, what do you want us to do? Call a tow truck. But you have that freedom. You have freedom. We can go home anytime we want. Let's say, okay, we're going home. After this load, we're going home. You want to deadhead 800 miles, 1,000, 2,000 miles to go home, you go home. Company drivers, you can't. That's one advantage to being an owner-operator. You have the freedom to decide what you want to do with your life.
You kind of got into it for that freedom. You got a little taste of it, and then you decided you wanted more. Yep. You've been an owner-operator now for how many years?
Since 2006, 15 years.
15 years. You've been an owner-operator for a while now, and I guess, how do you stay successful in being an owner-operator? I mean, you're not just some single guy. You got a family at the house. You know, you've got responsibilities. And how do you stay successful in a world where so many people fail, especially their first year or two?
A lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but we're going to spit it out there. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Some people, it may offend some people, but without him, because there have been plenty of sleepless nights where you're like, OMG, I just had this big freaking repair. Now how am I going to eat? Like, well, now I've got this problem here. What am I going to do? He has been a big comfort. You may not always get the answer you want when it comes to trucking and being an owner-operator, but he's going to work it out for you. You just have to have faith. One good thing I can tell you as an owner-operator, put money aside, get a business line of credit, and try to get you a business credit card or something, So when you do have a repair, because trucking is up and down. You may have a great week this way, the next week, you're in the hole. Just that simple. So trucking fluctuates up and down. One good thing, make sure you put money aside. Open up a savings account, put 10% or whatever out of each check into that account. Try to put something aside so when you have the downtimes, you've got something, because you hear too many cases where these guys, they get a check. Woo, $4,000, I made a good check. They blow it, they spend it. But yet they've got bungee cords holding their truck together, duct tape all around their truck. But yet they don't have the money for that because they got this check. So what they do they went out and bought them a new gold chain, or you know, they went out and bought some rims for their car. You know, you blow money.
Says the guy with 4 gold chains around him.
These are stainless steel or sterling steel.
I'm just kidding, brother. I'm just kidding, man.
Stainless steel is sterling steel for y'all.
So don't spend everything you make.
Don't spend everything.
Have a maintenance account. Have a business line of credit. Something to where you can have a safety net to fall back on.
You need a safety net. That's the best advice. Wild Beard's got it right. You better have a safety net. You better put something aside, because one thing you can count on in trucking is not counting on anything.
Yeah, there you go, man. You can't count on nothing.
Don't count on anything. Because
only thing you can count on is the numbers in your bank account. All right, Tourette's trucker, we got the cockpit in here, man. Tell us about just a few things you've done to customize everything in here.
One thing I've done in here is add switches. Switches are a big thing. We have, because all my lights around the truck I've actually done myself. But since they're color changing, I've got remotes.
Right.
And as you see here, I actually have 4 different light switches. Here, of course, they're lit up for different things.
Yep.
Every owner operator loves chicken lights because, you know, I'm scared. I'm scared somebody's gonna hit me. I've been hit a couple times.
And it also casts light on the lane over for where you're trying to, if you're trying to shift at nighttime. When you're shifting over, you might not be able to see something but if you've got those chicken lights, you're gonna be able to see a lot better with those chicken lights lighting up the next lane over. Also, with your customizations on the inside, I've said this in a lot of videos and I'm gonna say it again, but just the small things make a huge difference inside. You know, it just makes you feel a little bit more at home when every little customization that you do inside, it just makes you feel just a little bit more at home, and it makes you feel a little bit better. Like this is my space, this is where I belong, and this is my home, you know, away from home.
It's the little things that remind you of home. Well, since I jam music at home all the time with the wife, I like to jam it here. So I play Pandora a lot. So I've got an Alpine deck that I'll jam Pandora through, watch music videos. I have a sound bar subwoofer, 2 sound bars, one back there, one up here, tied into it. So, you know, it kind of reminds me of being at the house. Reminds me of being home jamming with the wife, because we love to jam music. We're at home, we watch a lot of YouTube, believe it or not. We love truck fails.
One of the most important pieces on your truck, man, is your front-facing dash camera. And a lot of truck drivers, that's kind of a bad word to use, and a lot of us owner-operators don't think about having a front-facing dash camera in our trucks, but it saved you, man, because you were going around Atlanta and you rear-ended a car, man, that just hopped out right in front of you. And I'm going to show the video right now what happened.
Holy fuck! Son of a bitch! I just fucking, this car just moved into me and I slammed in the fucking back of it. Fucking hell.
So, I mean, so, you know, you're one of the reasons, because I didn't even use my dash camera hardly at all on my GPS that used to be on there, and then now it recently broke. I had to get a new one. I'm going to install that later. It's one of the most important pieces, and do you feel like it saved your license?
Absolutely, because the lady swore up and down I was at fault. 2 DeKalb County cops pulled up, and she was all out there flailing at them. I mean, arms everywhere. This guy hit me. It's his fault he hit me. That dash cam, I pulled that sucker out. I pulled the micro SD card out, stuck it in my laptop, pulled my laptop outside, took it to the freaking police, opened it up. Here's the footage of what happened. They looked at it. Man, that's 100% your fault. That guy did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, she insisted.
That's what they told the lady about you. They're like, this guy had there was no possible way he could react to you pulling out in the lane in front of him like you did.
And she insisted, well, he was speeding. Get a good dash cam.
Yeah.
Because after they told the lady that it was my fault, and they explained to her, no ma'am, he did nothing wrong, you pulled out in front of him. Well, her next thing, well, he was speeding. They saw the footage. It showed my speed. It showed the speed on the road, because that program that I have that come with the dash cam, it shows what the road speed is, and it shows how fast I was going. They're like, no ma'am, he was actually going 4 miles under the speed limit. It was not his fault. She's like, next thing, well, he's got more tires, he should be able to stop. Ma'am, that's not how the physics work with a truck.
Yeah.
But
she was just reaching for something to put the blame on you instead of on her for her reckless act of pulling out in front of a truck going down the road. You know?
Exactly, and that's what, you can't go into any big city in the United States without seeing billboards. Been involved with a wreck with a big truck, we'll get you the bucks.
Right, yeah. I mean, and it discourages a lot of people from wanting to drive a truck too, man, to even get in the industry when you see these billboards of lawyers always coming after truck drivers, man. And Tourette's Trucker, man, it's been good.
Appreciate it.
It's been real and it's been fun. I guess you could say it's been real fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Well, I'll catch you on the next one. And brother, we'll see you then, man.
Appreciate it, y'all. Y'all have a good stay safe, y'all.
All right, so here we have my dash cam that I use. I just bought this, so I'm cutting it open and we're gonna see what's in here, man. I'll link it down in the description. You can click on it if you want to. It was like $119. It's 4K, built-in Wi-Fi, Ultra HD 4K. Tells you how fast you're going. Takes a micro SD card, time lapse, loop recording, records while you're stopped overnight, all that good stuff. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff in here. This is like a little screen protector. It's got that in there. Here's the camera right here. So this is what the camera looks like. This is like a little thing there, and then there should be a window mount, like you mount it to your window. I think this is it right here. So yeah. Oh, it also has like a dash. You can like mount it on your dash, like where you can stick it and then mount it on your dash. So that's pretty cool. That's always like super handy. I kind of like mounting things on my dash than the window. Like my GPS is mounted on my window, but I really don't want anything else mounted on my window. That's just me. So these are all the different mounts and stuff. Here's the window mount. Here's the charger. So it's a USB charger. You keep it plugged in. That charges it. So yeah, man, these things are important. You don't, like, for me, I just don't take a gamble. Like when it comes to your CDL. Oh man, I don't want to turn it on. Turn off. Okay, I just turned it on and made some weird noise. But when it comes to your CDL, you just don't want to take a gamble with it. You don't want to take a gamble with it. It's worth investing $100 some in this. If you're an owner operator, at least with your own truck, man. I would never get a rear facing camera. That's just me, personal. But I definitely would want to have some kind of camera that looked forward and was watching straight ahead that I could use. So totally up to you. And I probably will get lots of hate comments, and that's all right too. I'm used to those. So, but get you a front-facing camera, guys. It's definitely worth it. Your CDL is worth it to keep having this job and stuff. But that's my piece of advice, and Turret's trucker piece of advice too. So, saved him, it'll save you. Anyways, guys, y'all know what it is. We'll catch you on the next one. Wildbeard out.